everybody, and welcome to today's edition of HCAM Sports Talk. I'm your host, Tom Nappi. We have a Hopkinton-Hiller themed HCAM Sports Talk for you today. We'll have the latest Hopkinton-Hiller highlights, plus much more, including some cool preview segments and some interview segments. It's going to be a lot of fun, so you'll certainly want to stick around. But first, we're going to talk some NFL. Me and the guys, we are picking every NFL game winner and loser every week, and we have had a great season so far. It is very close, and we all had a great week this week as well, as not a single one of us went below 12-4, so certainly pretty impressive there. And the standings are just so close. It's just unbelievable how close we all are, but we're only through 2 weeks, so a long way left to go. So here are those week 2 picks. I went 12-4 overall, but Jared and Andy managed to both go 13-3, and Steve and Morgan also going 12-4. So we are all neck and neck in the standings. As you can see, Andy and I are at the top at 24-8. Jared and Morgan tied for second at 23-9, and Steve Watson 22-10, currently in last place. But it's all very close. Steve only 2 games out of the top spot, so plenty of time left, plenty of games to pick left. Anything can happen. So there's our week 2 picks. As you can see, 3 of us, we picked against the Pats. We ended up, fortunately, being wrong about that, including myself. I picked the Dolphins, and I was wrong, and I'm happy I was wrong. That was certainly a win that the New England Patriots needed to have, and they got it in a big way. I did very good on the 4 o'clock games, a little bit iffy on the 1 o'clock games. The only game I got in the 4 o'clock games and the Sunday night, Monday night slate was the Vikings. They got absolutely crushed by Atlanta. That was certainly a pretty interesting game this past Sunday night. So let's take a look at the week 3 games. We'll start off with Thursday night football. Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. We are Buffalo across the board. None of us have faith in Miami. I mean, how could you lose to the Patriots, Miami? Come on! Patriots never win in Miami, and you let them come into your house and get the W. And you're not going to go to Buffalo after that and beat this Buffalo team. What a comeback by Buffalo in week 1. They'll get another win here. I think it'll probably be a close game. It's a division game, but I think Buffalo pulls it out, and so does everybody else on the show. So there you go. Sunday 1 o'clock games. Atlanta at Carolina. We all agree we are Atlanta across the board. We just all agree that Carolina is an absolute mess who can't get out of their own way, and they are going absolutely nowhere. So Atlanta across the board in that one. Green Bay at Cleveland. We are Green Bay across the board. Man, do the Packers look good to start this season. Cleveland, very iffy. I don't know if they'll be able to compete with this red-hot Green Bay offense. So we are Green Bay across the board. Houston at Jacksonville. Well, we're Houston across the board. I don't know. I'm considering taking Jacksonville because everyone else is Houston. Right now I got Houston up there, but I might change that because Houston they've found ways just to lose games. That was a brutal loss that they got on Monday night. No excuse to lose that game against Cincinnati, especially with the backup quarterback in for the Bengals. The backup quarterback comes in for Cincy, and they still get the job done. But for now, we're Houston across the board. Obviously, before the games happen, any of these picks are subject to change. Cincinnati at Minnesota. 3 of us for the Bengals, 2 for the Vikings. I like J.J. McCarthy a lot for the Vikings. I think he has a lot of potential. But Cincinnati on another level right now, and they certainly hope that they'll get Joe Burrow back to start. If they don't get Joe Burrow back, this pick also subject to change. So if they don't get Burrow back, I don't know if I could go against Minnesota because that defense is really good. Pittsburgh at New England. Well, there it is. Jared, Steve, Morgan go New England, and me and Andy are going to be the bad guys. We'll go with Pittsburgh. I'm going with Pittsburgh because I'm just not bought into this Patriots team yet. I think it was a good win in Miami, really tough win to get too. But I'm just not bought in. I'm not bought into Pittsburgh really either. They had a miserable loss last week to Seattle, but I think they're going to be pretty vengeful as they head into this game at Gillette Stadium. So I'm Pittsburgh. Andy's Pittsburgh, but Jared, Steve, and Morgan are New England. So there you go with those picks. All right. Rams at Eagles. I don't think there's any denying the Eagles right now. They are just on another level. Everyone on the show agrees. We are Eagles across the board. Jets at Bucks. It's the Jets. They're not going to beat the Bucks. They're just not. We are Bucks across the board on that one. Colts at the Titans. A bit of a mixed bag here. I'm going with the Colts. The Titans have done absolutely nothing to impress me. The Colts at least somewhat seem to have a pretty good offense going, so I'm going Colts. Jared disagrees. He's going Tennessee. Andy's going Colts. Steve's going Colts. And Morgan is going Tennessee. He probably looked at the ticket prices for that game. Raiders at Washington. We are Washington across the board, except Morgan, who after losing a game because of the Raiders last week where they got blown out by the Chargers, he's going back to the Raiders fountain, but that's okay. Hopefully the other four of us will get a nice win over Morgan. But in any case, Morgan is the only guy with the Raiders in this one. Moving on to the 4:00 games. And by the way, I respect it, Morgan. Good luck. You'll need it with the Raiders. Just kidding. All right, Denver at the Chargers. We got 4 for the Chargers. And Morgan, all by himself on an island with Denver. Denver, they're another team that I thought they were going to be good this year after having a decent last year and getting better as the season went on, but they have looked like a disaster so far. The Chargers have looked excellent. Their defense, man, what a machine Harbaugh built. Jim Harbaugh, the head coach over there. They had a great draft. They had a great free agency, and the Chargers are ready to play. And I'm also starting to think that the Chargers may very well be a force for the Super Bowl as well, especially if this success continues that they've had in the first 2 weeks. Obviously, a long way left to go, but look out for the Chargers. So most of us for Chargers, Morgan, the only one with Denver. Saints at Seahawks. We are Seahawks across the board. They're going back home after an exciting win against Pittsburgh. They usually play really well at home. They lost their first game of the season at home. So I think they come back with a little vengeance here. And the Saints, they just seem like kind of a lost team. So I don't know if the Saints are going to be able to pull off many wins this year, especially on the road. Dallas at Chicago. Mixed pick here. I'm going Dallas because I think Chicago looked awful last week, and it wouldn't surprise me if there's just some ego problems or something with that team. And I know Dallas, they are foaming at the mouth for a win after losing the first couple of weeks, in upset fashion by blowing leads. So I'm going Dallas. I think they'll pull it out. Jared's going to go with Chicago. Andy agrees with Dallas. Steve says Dallas. And Morgan is on Team Jared with Chicago as his pick. Arizona Cardinals at the 49ers. Everybody's 49ers. I'm going Cardinals, especially since it's probably going to be Mac Jones starting. Now, I'll tell you this. If Mac Jones doesn't start, that's their actual starter, I may change my Arizona pick. But for now, I'll be the lone wolf and go with Arizona while everybody else picks the 49ers. Sunday Night Football, Chiefs at the Giants. I mean, it's the Giants. So we're Chiefs across the board. That one should be obvious. Giants are a mess. They looked a little better last week. They finally got some offense going, but They don't have what it takes to beat the Chiefs. I just don't see it happening. And neither does anybody else on the show. So there you go. Watch, we'll all be wrong now. Monday Night Football, Lions at the Ravens. As expected, a mixed bag here. I got the Lions. Jared has the Lions. Andy, Steve, and Morgan have the Ravens. So it should be a very interesting matchup. I would say pound the over. Should be a lot of scoring in this one. But Lions at the Ravens is the Monday Night Football match. All right, folks. So there it is. The Week 3 NFL picks. Hopefully we'll do good once again. Should you listen to us? I don't know. Maybe if we all go 12-4 again, you should. But until then, we'll see what happens. But right now, it is time for some of the latest Hopkinton Hiller happenings. You are watching HCAM Sports Talk. On Monday, September 8th, Hiller Field Hockey hosted Westwood. Morgan Donahue and myself, Tom Nappi, on the call.
Yes. In the white. Yes, it could be deceiving as they wear green. Hiller's looking to center it right by the goal line. Ball goes airborne, and we have our first goal. Looks like it's off the stick of number 12, Reese Robledo. And their transitions have been terrific. Defensive stops right into speed. Offensive looks coming on the far side. Fowler going inside. Loose ball. Shot and a goal. Ella Fowler on the goal. Put the Hillers up 2-0 in the third quarter with 20 seconds and counting.
Ella Fowler assisted by Abby Burke with the score.
All in your hands when the lights are brightest.
Finnegan sending
what a save. That was a rocket from the outside. Another attempt,
there it
and
is.
That one goes in.
If it doesn't go the first time, try again, and it pays off for...
Is that Fowler again?
Ella Fowler.
Fowler again.
So tonight, and they're causing confusion and chaos in the box.
Yeah.
That's what they aim to do. You don't know where that ball's going.
Robledo with the shot. That ball gets through.
There it is.
And we'll see who the goal was. Looks like the goal was by Burke. Number 18, Abby Burke, got a piece of it.
Hopkinton took the win 4-0 and improves to 3-0 on the season. Also Monday night, Hiller girls volleyball was in action versus Algonquin.
Novella with the serve, still set point for the Hillers. Floats it in, Sid's there. Gabby, bump set. Good swing from Georgia. Outside, Chacharoni just tips it over. Sid's there. Heavy from the back.
There you go.
Wallace digs it out.
Good dig there from Wallace. Wow.
Sid, that's a nice pass. Back to Addy, down the line. Wallace is there. Smith dumps it. Gabby going outside. Georgia. Oh, once again, Wallace digs it out. Tip.
Nice
block.
net.
Well done, Georgia.
I think it was Georgia. Excellent way to finish. Wow.
Hopkinton takes the first set 25-19. Knuckleball. That's going to be tough, and Renat can't handle it. Hopkinton takes the second set 25-14. There's a floater. Eleanor gets to it. Gabby. Oh, it was a poor set, but Julia saved her. Chacharoni pushes it. Sid's there. Gabby Back set, Georgia. And that's it,
That'll
folks.
do it.
Hopkinton takes the third set 25-16 for a 3-0 win and a clean sweep for the Hillers tonight.
Hillers took the win via sweep and improved to 4-0 on the season. On Tuesday, September 9th, Hiller girls soccer hosted Westwood. Morgan Donahue from Westwood Media Center was back in town to call the game with me.
And a nice stop there by Lily Clark, who sends it up. And a good feed by Marin O'Connor to Clement. Clement along the end line gets it out. Looking for a shot here, and it's in! What a score! Izzy Dunn with the goal. That was just a great feed to Dunn. And she is able to put it in at 4:57 left to go to make it a 1-0 Hiller lead.
Hillers led 1-0 into the second half.
When timed perfectly, it's
Here come the Hillers now. Looking to approach, shot, and that is in! What a beauty by Natalie Prisco, who breaks free into the box and finds the left side of the net. A penalty kick for the Hillers, an attempt to make it 3-0. Let's see if she can do it. Got it! Nia Clement on the PK, and the Hillers lead it 3-0, 10:34 left to go in the second half.
2 more goals in the second half, and the Hillers take the 3-0 win and improve to 3-0 on the season. On Wednesday, September 10th, Hiller Field Hockey hosted Ashland.
Walker's led by head coach Molly Foley as the Hillers putting pressure on, and Reese Robledo has a score. The Hillers are going to strike first.
Hillers led 1-0 heading into the second quarter.
Move it up into Ashland territory. Nice moves there by Burke. Here comes Burke. Burke approaching, sends it over towards Fowler. And a shot there turned away off the stick of Mary Finnegan. Finnegan sends it over, out in front of the net. There's a shot and it's popped in. Abby Burke with the score. Just a beauty of a feed from Finnegan. And Burke able to pop it in for the Hillers. Sent over by Quebec. Fowler, backhander in! Ella Fowler with the backhander. It just goes right by Kazadian, and the Hillers strike again.
Into the fourth quarter, it remained a 3-0 Hiller lead.
Hillers have a 4-on-1 coming upfield. Over to the circle, and it's put in! Fowler finds Abby Burke, and Abby Burke finds the net to put the Hillers back up by 3.
Hillers took the win 4-1 and improved to 4-0 overall. Hiller girls volleyball also hosted Westwood that night.
Nice mix-up there. Out. That's it. Hopkinton takes the first set, 25-17. We'll be right back with set number 2. All right, nice block. So closes it out for 25-20. Hopkinton takes the second set. We'll be right back with set number 3. See if our senior can close this out.
That's a nice ace.
Nice serve.
Nope.
Lodovico goes outside. Steinmetz. Nope, that's it. Hopkinton takes the third set, 25-18 for.
Hillers take the win via a sweep and improve to 4-0 on the season. On Thursday, September 11th, Hopkinton Middle School Field Hockey hosted their home opener versus Bellingham.
And the Hillers going to score off a penalty corner to make it 1-0 in the first quarter. A 1-0 Hiller lead in the first quarter.
Another score there for the Hillers. And that time with the goal was maybe Gallagher.
Hillers take the win 2-0. We also had coverage of Hiller Middle School volleyball. They took on Bellingham. The Hillers took the win over Bellingham 3-0.
And Dickinson's going to send this one end over end to the far side. Lands at about the 22-yard line. And the ball gets loose. And I think the Hillers have it.
Yeah,
and yes, they do.
That was a big mistake for the Wayland return man to let that ball bounce. You know, end over end, that ball took a crazy bounce, and he wasn't able to secure it. That's a big mistake by Wayland just to start the game.
Position, they're going to keep the offense out there, facing a 4th and 10. Piccioli once again lines up with a back to his left, takes the snap, rolls to his left, throws upfield as a wide open target. It's caught, and it's a touchdown. Ryan Lang wide open, a 25-yard touchdown for the Hillers.
Wow, great play, great fortitude by Coach Sanborn there to go for it on 4th and 10, deep in the enemy territory. What a play.
Yeah, that incredible punt by Wayland has just made things very difficult for the Hillers on this drive.
Yeah, and Wayland's going to, if they don't convert here, Wayland's going to come back with good field position after this.
And they're going to try to run it again. And did he get out of the end zone?
There's a fumble.
There's a fumble on the play. Let's see who has it.
And they're saying maybe a safety or a touchdown.
Well, if it's a
touchdown.
It's a fumble and a recovery, it's a touchdown. And it looks like we may have a Wayland touchdown. We do. I want to say that was Dylan Engelhardt who recovered it. Out there for the extra point attempt, that's the senior Dylan Engelhardt. On the hold, Joshua Magyar. The snap, the kick, and that is right through. It is good. Wayland has the 7-6 lead. Yeah, and he is going to take the snap, backpedals, throws up the right side. It is caught, and Walton breaks a tackle. Up the sideline he goes, tries to leap over another defender. There is a flag on the play. He landed out of bounds at pretty close to the first down marker. I believe they will call him short, but we'll see what the flag is about.
That was a spectacular play.
Gun they go. He'll take the snap, looking upfield, in trouble. Drag down, the ball's out along the far side, and I believe they are going to rule him down.
That's a sack.
What a nice job by Groenmayer.
Oh, and there's the snap. Oh,
and the snap gets away along the end zone, picks it back up, and that is going to be a safety for the Hillers. An errant snap.
It must have gone through the back of the end zone before he picked it up on Johansson, and he was they were able to protect him, and he was able to get it to the receiver in the soft spot in the zone.
About a 15-yard pickup, and that snap is high, gets away, and running back trying to cover it up. It's loose. Hillers have it. It is recovered on the far side of the field by Liam Grady.
And they're going to have the ball here with 33 seconds to go.
Jolie going to line it up out of the gun. Morin is the back to his left. Motion from right to left, and look at that, a reverse, and they got some room. Bursting through. Upfield he goes, inside the 10, and maybe even to the 5. That was Patrice Petit with a huge gainer. Goal from the 5, 17 seconds left in the quarter. Can they finish this drive with a score? Petroli takes a snap, throws to the end zone, and it's off one receiver's hands into another, and it's hauled in in by Trevor Blinn. A 5-yard touchdown reception. It went off the hands of Ryan Morin, and then Blinn catches it in midair and falls down in the end zone for the score.
Yeah, very exciting couple of plays.
Be the end of the second quarter. Hopkinton Hillers lead heading into the halftime locker room, 14-7. They got a little bit more space to work with, but still not as much as they'd like. He'll take the snap, looking upfield under pressure, and it is caught! What a catch! Patrice Petit! He can go all the way! The 40, the 30, here he goes to the 20, the 10, and into the end zone! Touchdown, Hillers!
Wow. I thought that ball was intercepted. It went right through the defender's hands into Patrice Petit Ferrer's hands, and then there was nobody that could stop him. That's a 97-yard touchdown reception.
Unbelievable.
Nice
Either
snap.
side takes the snap, throws to his right, it's ground in. What a catch by Liam Grady, and he's off, and he's in, diving into the end zone. And there is a flag. Let's see if this one's coming back. But an absolutely tremendous catch by Liam Grady, and I'll tell you something, Wally.
They're picking up the flag. No flag. Touchdown.
Wow, they're going to give him the touchdown. So they talked about it, and they said, you know what? That wasn't a penalty. That's a touchdown. Johansson takes the snap, backpedals, looking to pass, airs it out, and connects along the sideline with Dylan Engelhardt. And Engelhardt, he's looking for a long touchdown, and he's got one. And that is going to be a 56-yard touchdown.
Tina's taking a break.
Still plenty of time left for Whalen. The snap a bit high. He pulls it down. Looking towards the end zone. Airs it out wide open. Is Dylan Engelhardt, the senior, and he connects a 10-yard touchdown reception. And an end over end, a nice kickoff back to about the 14-yard line. And here's the return for the Hillers. Could be a good one. Bursting through across midfield. The 40, the 30, all the way to the sideline. The 10 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Hillers. Patrice the house.
I don't see any flags.
Here we go. Out of the gun is Johansson. The back to his right is Walton, and he's going to take it himself up the far sideline, and right in he goes.
Touchdown.
And that is a 5-yard touchdown run from Michael Johansson on the keeper. On in the backfield, Berger Walton. 3 receivers to his right, back to pass, rolling to his right, up the sideline, interception! What a catch! Liam Grady! Liam Grady with the game-winning interception!
Seals the game with an interception on the first play.
The 2025-26 Hopkinton Hillers fall season started this week. The first home game was Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity soccer hosting Holliston on Thursday, September 4th, and the Hillers got off to a good start.
Have that out tonight for you so you can see this game in its entirety as the Hillers charging ahead into the box. There's a shot and a score. Tim Zakharov gets the Hillers on the board. Zakharov, just a great breakaway coming upfield, and at 32-17 makes it 1-0 Hillers.
It remained a 1-0 Hiller lead into the second half.
Sends it over, shipped upfield by Zakharov. Looking for that right edge. Here come the Hillers looking to attack. The cross, and just over. A beauty of a cross, but just a little too much under that one.
The Hillers hang on and win their home opener 1-0 and improve to 2-0 on the season. On Friday, September 5th, Hiller Field Hockey hosted their home opener versus Holliston and got things going in the first quarter.
And in from the far side, Hiller's looking to attack. Into the shooter's circle, and it's popped in. A nice score there. And that was Ella Fowler. Ella Fowler with the score, comes at 11:06. And the Hillers on the board. Sent up, and Interante getting in there. Breaking it up and taking it away. And what a feed by Interante. And a tremendous shot. A one-timer type of shot by Abby Burke. And the Hillers lead it 2-0. Sent in by Carter. Top of the circle, and it's turned away. And off the rebound, putting it in. That is Evelyn Larder.
Hillers led 3-0 into the second quarter.
Field. Long extended wind gusts. Here comes Halston looking to charge in. Backhander, and that is in. That was a sweet shot there. That was Olivia Ledoux, the sophomore. Sent in. Shot, and it's in! That is Ella Fowler with a beauty of a shot. And what a way to end the quarter for the Hillers.
It was a 4-1 Hiller lead into the second half.
And on Saturday, 5 p.m. start right here on HCAM. Good feed there. Hillers looking to attack. There's a shot. And it's popped in off the rebound. Sender is going to be Mary Finnegan. Top of the circle, there's a shot out in front, and it's put in! Madison Carter sends it in. Tenley Wynn pokes it over, back to Wynn, shot, and it's in! Tenley Wynn rings it in, bringing the heat.
Hopkinton took the win 7-1 over a good Holliston team to improve to 2-0 on the young season. Later that evening, Hopkinton Hiller girls volleyball hosted Holliston. In their home opener, Matt Clancy and Mike Terosian were on the call.
And that takes us to set point. Back to serve, Swang. Good serve, diving play there, and it's not enough. The Panthers take the first set, 25-22. Sid to serve.
And the famous do-overs.
Yep. Ooh, take that. There you go. So that was a big-time play. Just a heads-up play from the senior, 25-24.
Oh, boy.
Set point now for the Hillers.
I'd love to see it end with an ace.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on, Sid.
Good serve. Yes! And Mike Terosian calls the ace from the booth, and that sends us into set number 3. The Hillers take the second set, 26-24. Dos Santos back to serve. Another set point. Let's see if the Hillers can cap off a great third set. Kaylin has some trouble. Sove just has to put it over. Great reaction time by Sove. Gotta get over now. Halston uses it in the middle for O'Connell. Pops it over. Kaylin's there. Gabby does a great job avoiding the net. Big swing there by Evie. Halston's got to push it over. Gabby outside. Nice swing, but handled well by Dos Santos. Kaylin from the back row. Another one for Evie. It's going to be tough, but she finds the opening. Excellent job.
Fantastic.
Hopkinton takes set 3, 25-15. Match point. Good serve. Controlled in the middle. Dos Santos takes a swing. Kalen's got it from the back row. Gabby outside for Evie, who pushes it over. Diving play by the Panthers.
Nice save.
Pushed
there.
over. There you go, folks. Double hit. And Hopkinton wins set number 4. They win the match.
The Hillers took the win in their home opener and improved to 2-0 on the season. After an 11-8-2 season and an appearance in the Division II Round of 8 last season, Hillers field hockey has high hopes for the season as a good chunk of their starting roster returns. The Hillers hope to take it a step further in the playoffs, but this year they'll be competing in the Division I state tournament bracket. But fortunately for the Hillers, they have talented and experienced captains at the helm.
My name is Ella Fowler, and I am a midfielder.
I'm Abby Burke, and I'm a forward.
I'm Mary Finnegan, and I'm also a forward.
How's the team looking in these early practices?
Yeah, we're looking really good. We have a lot of strong returners, and we have a few underclassmen that came along. But I feel like our team is really strong and really well connected. We're all super close outside of field hockey too. So I think this summer we did a lot together. So I think it's really helpful coming into this season. We just had a scrimmage versus Westboro and it went very well. We won 7-1 if you want to know. But yeah, it went really well. I think something that we worked on really well that game that we kind of have struggled with in the past is connecting passes down the whole field, and I think that's something we did really good, but I think it came from bonding as a team over these past 4 years. But yeah, we're looking really good.
Yeah, I think that, like Ella said, the team's looking really good. She said a lot of the main points that we had. But yeah, the team's looking strong. We have a lot of promising new girls coming in, new freshmen, new sophomores. I don't think any new juniors, and a solid senior class. We are a mainly team of upperclassmen, but I think having that, you have great leadership that you're bringing back and strong upperclassmen to lead the team and kind of show this is the expectation, this is what we do. I think we're really hard workers. We like to work hard, play hard. I think it's a good mentality.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much covered it, but I'll make it quick. It's really evident that these girls out here, they want it. They want to go farther than we did last season. They want to improve every day, and they bring a really positive attitude to every practice. And also, I was very happy with our scrimmage, especially because we had a lot of different goal scorers and a lot of connected passes, a lot of assists for our 7 goals. So that was pretty great.
Terrific. Do you have any team or personal goals that you would like to achieve this season?
I think a big team goal this season would be to make it past the Elite 8, where we unfortunately ended our playoff run last season. I think that's very achievable for this team, especially even at this point. I think we've already come in stronger than we came in last season, it's looking really good.
Yeah, I want a trophy, which we get past the Elite 8, so that's a big goal. And then winning the TVL, I think that's always kind of been the big goal. I think that we were second in the TVL last year.
I
right?
believe so, yeah.
I think we're second. Getting that number 1, that is a big thing for me at least.
Yeah, I think going off of what they said, making it high in the TVL rankings, that's always a goal for us, and I think it's really promising this year, especially going off last year and all the returners. Yeah, and I think these girls want it. We've worked really hard, so just making it far in playoffs and stuff.
All right. Any opponent that you're specifically looking to play this year?
I think we're really looking forward to Westwood. They're always a good game for us, and it's always super competitive but very fun. So that's definitely a game. Dedham, we always play Dedham a lot. We see Dedham a lot, so it's gonna be a fun game playing against them. It's always fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for our Natick game. We tied them 1-1 last year. They're D1. We had 1 shot, 1 goal. They had at least 20-something shots. Our goalie Riley played amazing in that game, and we have a rematch home again this year, and I'm very excited for that game.
Yeah, you guys pretty much got all of the specific opponents, but for me, I'm always looking forward to playing a new opponent, seeing a new style of play, seeing a new team, and that really helps us be prepared for playoffs when we face a lot of teams that we might not have faced before or have a lot of new players. And I think it really helps us to play a lot of different teams, maybe even outside of our league, outside of our division. Like Abby said, Natick's D1. It's really it really helps strengthen us as a team.
Head coach Ali Valencia enters her 4th season as head coach for the Hillers and looks forward to coaching this experienced and talented group.
So, new season. We're in the first couple of weeks.
Yep.
A lot of good returning talent on this team this year. How's everything going? How's the team looking?
Team's looking great. Yeah, we have a lot of returners, a lot of returning starters from last year. We have some fresh talent too. We have a couple freshmen that we pulled up this year, so I'm really excited to see how they do. They're starting great with the team. I think they're merging really well. They're picking up the pace of the game really well. And this group of girls has played together for a really long time, so I think that cohesion really shows on the field. And we went really far last year, and I think they felt that energy, and they were really excited, and they want to bring that back again this season. So.
Absolutely, and the captains were telling me that there was a great turnout for the summer camps, and
yeah,
a lot of freshmen and new faces in the camp as well. And I've said it during the broadcast that this program just continues to build up, and I think it's going great places. How did those camps go, and how did those the new girls that participated?
Yeah, I think it went really well. I mean, I obviously can't be there for their summer workouts, unfortunately, but from what I heard from the captains and all the upperclassmen, like you said, a lot of underclassmen were there. We have a lot of youth that are coming up through our youth program in Hopkinton, which is fantastic. And it makes our program stronger. Like we don't have to work on as many basics when they're freshmen and sophomores. Like we can jump into some more advanced skill and more advanced gameplay. So that's awesome. And yeah, I think they're all showing up for captains practices and all the camps and the clinics. And it really shows. There's a lot of girls, even older girls, that did a lot over the off season. They did a lot of clubs, local clubs in the area, and you can just tell that their gameplay has gone from like here to here. So it's awesome. I'm super excited for the season.
Absolutely, and you got 4 great captains leading the way. Can you talk about your captains
this
season?
Yeah, so we have 3 this year. We have Ella, Mary, and Abby. Ella was a junior captain last year, so she brings in a lot of that leadership experience. Abby and Mary, they're going to be awesome. They're huge leaders on the field and off the field as well. And I think the girls really look up to them. I think they, not only by how they lead, or what they say, but what they do on the field. So.
I don't know why I said 4.
Because I honestly, typically I usually have 4. This is actually the first year that I've only had 3. So, yeah.
That's terrific. Is there so with a great amount of experience returning? I'd imagine that the goals that you have for this team are pretty high. Can you talk about any of those goals or things that you'd like to see this year?
Yeah, I mean, number one, I'd really love to win the TVL. I think we're going to be huge competitors winning that league this year. I think the last couple of years we've been this close, just a game or 2 off, and I have a really good feeling that this year would be our year to get the TVL and go really far in the tournament. This year we're in Division 1, so it's going to be a whole different ball game than last year. Last year we made it to the Elite 8, which was awesome. We had a crazy game versus oh my gosh, who did we play? Neshoba last year, and we beat them. No one was expecting that, and I think we're going to come into Division 1, and I think the same thing's going to happen. We're going to do really well and go far, I hope.
All right, and I asked the captains this, and I'll ask you this. Is there any specific opponent that you're specifically looking forward to playing this season?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they said, if it's the same. I always say I love playing Norwood. They're always a wicked competitive team. Westwood is always a really good one. It's us versus Westwood's always a really close one. I'd say those 2 are probably the biggest ones that I'm excited for, that I always have circled on our schedule.
All right.
What did the captains say?
They did say Westwood, and I think Dedham was another one.
Oh, Dedham. Oh, Dedham's a good one too.
Because they're new to the TVL large, so you'll see them a lot now.
Yep. I think that's our first game next week at Dedham.
Tom Nappi here, and we are joined by Hopkinton High School Athletic Director Ricky Andrade. Ricky, how are you?
I'm doing great, Tom. It's good to see you.
Great to see you as well. And already on to year 3 for you. How'd your second year go? Obviously, there was a lot of mayhem with some of the weather in the spring, but it seemed that you got all the games in and everything went well. How did everything go last year?
Last year went great. We had some very successful teams on the field and on the courts. A Last spring was definitely a challenge with the weather, but we made do, and we had some really exciting tournament runs with softball and boys tennis. And so I think overall it was a great positive experience for all of our student athletes, and I'm excited to get going here with year three.
Absolutely. And year three off to a great start. A whole lot of Hiller wins so far. Uh, nice win last night for the Hiller field hockey team over Westwood. They're undefeated. Girls soccer undefeated. Boys soccer undefeated. I know it's early, but that's a great start for the fall season. How's everything going on your end so far this season? And obviously the team's looking good.
Yeah, it's been a great start. Being able to see, the skill and the talent and just the overall, the student athletes who are doing such a good job across the board, buying in and giving 100% effort. And we have some great coaches on staff that have been there for a while. We have a new girls soccer coach, Dan Collins, who's been on the boys side, and he's done a great job so far with the girls. And so, it's been great to have that continuity and to have those expectations kind of remaining the same year after year, and it's led to a very stable, good, strong program. And so the fall's shaping up to be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it must be great that in so many cases that you already have who the next head coach can be on staff with so many great assistant coaches from throughout these teams. It must make your job a little easier.
At times, definitely, it's definitely helpful to have, especially those that are educators in the building who are coaches who know all the students very well. That is a huge plus.
Now, I know one of the coaches that you guys were searching for was girls hockey, if I'm correct.
Yep.
How's that search going?
It's going well. We're hopeful to start interviews next week. We have a few candidates. With girls hockey, obviously it's a little tougher because we have a co-op. So for this year, the co-op is actually changed a little bit. We have Millis, we have Nipmuc, and then we've actually added Tri-County. Uh, so it will be a similar challenge to years past, but we're looking forward to meeting the potential coaches, and yeah, hopefully we'll have a coach in place soon.
Wow, so no more Dover Sherborne?
Dover Sherborne is joining a new co-op with Dedham. In a lot of ways for them, it makes sense because Dedham skates out of Nobles, and that is a lot easier of a commute for the DS students who were on the hockey team, and some students who chose not to play on ours because of the commute to New England Sports Center are going to play at Dedham because of the kind of proximity to the rink for their students. So, it's tough to lose RDS players, but at the same time, I completely get, wanting to be able to not have to take a 45-minute ride in rush hour traffic to get to practice every day. Um, and so we talked through everything, and it was supported by kind of everybody involved.
Well, that's great. Is there a now? I know a lot of times when the co-ops change, that the athletes that were there are kind of grandfathered into the program. They could stay if they want. Are there any Dover Sherborne athletes staying with the Hopkinton side?
At this point, there is not. We had one skater from last year. And from my understanding, she's going to join the Dedham one with, I think, a couple more DS students who were not on our team last year. So I believe, again, the last I heard was that we won't have any DS students on our team.
Oh, okay. How does it work in a co-op as far as selecting the coach? Does like every school get a vote? How's that all work?
So I typically, last time around when we hired Coach Chin, I reached out to the other schools, ADs that were in the co-op, just as a kind of, hey, we're hiring. If you hear of somebody, let me know. I sent them the applications and I kind of let them know here's who we have. And then they gave their input based off of that. As you know, it's hard to organize having multiple people come in for interviews, especially when you're not in district. And so, I try to keep input from all of our teams when it comes to hiring. And the last go around, it was pretty evident who the clear cut coach was going to be. So this time around, I'm planning on doing the same thing, and getting input from the ADs at the other schools. We do have the most students. Hopkinton has the most students in the co-op, and so typically I have a student or two be involved in the hiring. And it's worked out fairly well. So going to keep with that process. And as always, I ask the other ADs for input, and I ask the other ADs, you know, if they know any of the candidates, if they've heard anything about any of the candidates that I should be aware of when we're interviewing. Um, at the end of the day, the host school of the co-op is the one that kind of makes those decisions. Um, so, I like the input, but at some point, the decision has to be made, even if there's disagreements.
So pretty much you give everybody a say and then make the final decision. I like it. And I think that's a good system they got going there, and they always bring in great coaches for that co-op. So you guys do a great job. Is there any other coaching spots you're looking to fill for any of the coaches watching this program that may be interested?
So we are still looking for a swim and dive coach. We have a couple coaches in place, but I think they're more their availability is more suited towards an assistant coach role. But it's a great program, and we're actually going to be swimming practices at Milford now, which is great. So it's a little bit more, I would say, consistent with where we'll be. And that should help with our program and with our students being able to, commit to the team and maybe help grow our team a little bit to what it once was. Um, Other than that, we don't have a ton of openings. We're pretty well hired for the winter. We're pretty well hired for the spring as well. Obviously, things change. People lives happen, their lives happen and things change, but we're in a pretty good spot. And if you ever have questions, or if anybody is ever wondering what might be open, you can email me, or you can go on the Hopkinton Athletics or the Hopkinton Public Schools website and look at their employment page where you'll find any openings. We also post them on social media. And so when the time comes, coming up into the winter season, if we have openings, that will go out. And for sub-varsity, middle school, everything. And so I think, as of now, we're in a pretty good spot, but I know, things change in an instant. So stay tuned.
Well, I know Hopkinton's a place that a lot of coaches want to be, so those coaching positions fly off the shelves like hotcakes. So, the other day, kind of a wild situation with some storms canceling or postponing the girls' varsity soccer game. I know the JV game was still played. Did you guys end up getting that in? Because I know that rain and thunder came a little earlier than expected.
Yeah, we did get it in. It was a 3 o'clock game, and I think the storms hit Milford at about 4:30. So I was kind of in communication with our JV coach, and they got everything in, and everything was done safely. Obviously, the varsity game, we talked about moving it to 7 o'clock. We didn't really have the option to move it any earlier than what it was. So at the end of the day, when we, talked through it, it made a lot of sense to just postpone it to not risk any sort of potential um, issues with the weather. So I think, the coaching staff, myself, and the trainer kind of came together and said, this is not a wise thing to do. So, and that game will very likely be made up at the end of the season.
Right. Well, I know that's a matchup that they look forward to. It's always a good battle between Hopkinton and Brookline. So we're looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
So you got the first home football game of the season coming up. How's preparation going for that? And is there any other news that you want to get out to the people?
We're looking forward to the first home football game for this year coming up. We have moved the home games up to 6 o'clock, and the game that was on Thanksgiving has been moved to the Thursday. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that move. I think the biggest thing is the safety of the children on the roads trick-or-treating and making sure that we're not putting, people at risk of any car accidents or anything like that.
Oh, you mean Halloween?
Halloween, sorry, yes. Yeah. Yeah, no, Thanksgiving game is still the same at Ashland. We're looking forward to it. I was actually just walking around the fields with our new assistant AD, Eric Driscoll, kind of going over how our football games operate, with the field getting lined, cones going out, different areas being unlocked for officials and opposing teams and bathrooms and everything else. So, we're working on it. And, once Friday comes, everything usually runs pretty smoothly. We're fortunate that we don't have to charge a fee to get into any of our games. So, that takes a kind of a big potential headache off our plate. So I think we're in good shape.
Absolutely. So who's going to be the PA guy this year? Who are the fans going to hear on the mic?
They're going to hear Coach Mills, who is a wonderful coach in our program, who is coaching middle school boys soccer this fall, and then he's obviously the wrestling coach. And so he will be the voice of the Hillers for the fall.
As the AD of Hopkinton, how does it feel to watch all these Hopkinton high school teams have so much success in getting to the state tournament?
It's awesome, and I wouldn't want to do it anywhere else because I see the work that they put in. I see the work that, our coaches put in, and I see, the excitement around the building for, all of our teams that are playing so well. And I think what's a, truer testament to our program is, you might be able to see the 2023 behind me. That's, in 2023, we won the sportsmanship honor. We're on the sportsmanship honor roll through the MIA, which, you only get if you don't, if you have great sportsmanship throughout the school year across all of our teams. And so we won that also for last year. So, I think that's a great